This podcast is brought to you by Martin Kearns and the Valor of Valhalla series. In the battle between two ancient evils, can one naive young man become the last hope against powerful creatures of legend? Beneath the Veil is the gripping first book in the Valor of Valhalla dark urban fantasy series. If you like reluctant heroes, infernal myths, and bloody epic clashes, then you'll love Martin Kearns' formidable foray into the unknown. So head on over to readkearns.com and grab yourself a copy of Beneath the Veil today. Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of Stories, the True and the Fictional. We've got another great interview for you coming up. But first, as always, I am one of your hosts, YA Bryden, and with me always is our resident reader, Ryan. How are we going, Ryan?
Living the dream, my friend, living the dream. Hopefully, has anyone bought any of my t-shirts yet?
Not yet, but the links...
Come on, people! Buy the freaking shirt! I need to live. I can't feed my family of 4,000 if you don't buy my shirt. We're currently living off scraps of cardboard we find on the floor. Okay. So please buy my shirt and please feed my family. But no, I'm living the dream, man. I had a busy week last week, but I'm keen to get stuck into these interviews again.
Wonderful. We have a lot lined up. And yes, we do have merch. Check the link below. We have sold a little bit, just no one's bought Ryan's Living the Dream shirt yet. But apart from that...
Buy my shirt.
Check out our sponsors, Rebecca Cassells and Martin Kearns, for those who like urban fantasy, a little bit of horror from Martin Kearns, and paranormal romance, Werewolves of the Light from Rebecca Cassells. She's got a slow burn romance out at the moment called The Broken Cabin, so check that out.
Yep.
Yeah, and let's dive right into this episode. Joining us today, or tonight, whenever you're listening to this, CK Miller, thank you for joining us.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
We're happy you're here. So, the question that I always forget a lot is who is CK Miller?
Who is CK Miller? Well, I'm a young adult fantasy author, write both fantasy and sci-fi. I love all things magic. I do martial arts. I love hot chocolate. That's my writing drink. I love writing high-stakes adventures for readers who want worlds that stick with them long after the last page is read. I've got 3 kids, loving husband, cat, 3 quail. That's me.
Well, you had me at martial arts and you had Ryan at cat.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Yes, I love cat. I have two little cat fur babies of my own. Me and my wife have 2. So we I definitely get on board with the cats. I never had cats until I met my wife, and then where we were living, we couldn't get a dog. They said no to a dog, so they said yes to a cat. So we got our first one and then got our second one, and I love them to death.
Aww. What are their names?
So one of them is named Ripley, off Eileen Ripley from Alien, the Aliens movie. My wife named her. And the second one we got when she was 3 years old. So her name, when we got her, was Mavis. So because she was 3 years old, we just decided to keep that name. And she is pretty much my lap cat. She follows me everywhere. She will sleep on me at night. She sits on me when I'm during the day. She's actually annoyed with me at the moment because she's in the bedroom with my wife while I'm recording. Otherwise, she'd be jumping all over me. So, no, they're awesome. I love cats. What about yours? What's your cat's name?
Well, very unoriginal. It's Mimi. When she was a kitten, she just kept coming up to you and go, me. So we just named her Mimi.
Yeah.
She named herself.
Okay. That's my dad's getting a kitten soon in the next month, and I said we just visited him over the last week, and I said, what are you going to name the cat? And I said, because I told him you have to get a girl because the boys will just spray everywhere, and I said get a girl because my dad's 71, he can't really chase around a boy cat, so I said, what are you going to name it? And he's like, Millie. And I said, why Millie? And he goes, because I watch a cat named Millie on YouTube all the time. I said, okay, that's very original. I said, what's the other name you got? And he said, Omelette. And I'm like, why Omelette? And he goes, because that's another cat I watch on YouTube. I'm like, okay, so you're pretty much just stealing names from cats now. And he's like, yeah, I can't think of anything original.
Oh, that's awesome.
So,
At least he
yeah.
didn't call it Garfield.
No, God, no. I say well, he's getting a white and grey ragdoll kitten. So
All right, yeah.
I said you cannot name any cat Garfield, even if you get a ginger orange one. It's still because I think around that time when Garfield first came out, there's probably a whole bunch of cats named Garfield. So I said we don't need any more of that in our world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, let's jump into these icebreakers that we mandate all our guests answer, because it gives us a chance to get to know you before you plug your book. And 9 times out of 10, if we get to know you and you're a cool person, we'll buy your books. Like, this is just happens. This is what happens. So do I go first this time, Ryan, or do you go first this time?
You can go first, but you got to set the scene for the first one well, like I do.
Okay. We do encourage selfish answers. We're looking for pet peeves here. So imagine a world where a genie just floats into a Miss Universe contest, and all the political answers have been answered. So there's world peace. There's no cruelty to animals. It's a relatively cool place to live. However, we all have things that drive us up the wall. So with that in mind, if you could get rid of anything in the world, what would it be?
It would be mosquitoes. I hate mosquitoes. They have no purpose except for spreading disease and causing pain.
Yeah.
I think our last couple of guests said mosquitoes as well. So I agree. They're like little they're like the beginner Pokemon of vampires. Like first mosquitoes, then vampire bats, then vampires. I mean, they don't exist to do anything other than pass on diseases and suck our blood. So
exactly.
Yeah,
I can definitely agree with that.
It's becoming our poverty answer. That used to be the most popular answer when we started doing these. It was always poverty, poverty, poverty. And we get valid point. But now it's mosquitoes.
Now it's mosquitoes. Yep, there you go.
I can get behind that.
Definitely. We get a lot of them out in Australia. Like I said, I was recently visiting my dad. He lives on a lakeside, like a lakeside village. And down one end of his village where we went for a drive, it's just all mangroves. So the people that live down there just get absolutely smashed by mosquitoes every day. So I definitely can get behind that answer.
Man, my husband lived in Argentina for a while, and he had mosquitoes that were like 3 inches long. They were just massive things. Yeah. So no, thank you.
Yeah, that's insane. Oh wow. Okay. All right. Well, question number 2. Now, this is again, it's another selfish question because it's all about you, which is what we like. So what is something that is on your bucket list?
Oh, my bucket list is really traveling, mainly to Iceland and to see the Northern Lights. That's my dream. That would be amazing.
Now, do you remember what's the reason behind that? Because look, I want to do that, and it was because of what was it? A movie that I watched, the Will Ferrell Eurovision movie. And they talk about the Northern Lights in that, and that made me go, you know what? I'd love to see the Northern Lights. So do you know what sparked that in you? Do you want to go see them?
Well, there's part of it is because I've seen snippets of them here in Colorado recently. We've had some nights where you can actually see the green of the Aurora Borealis. But it's very hard, and you have to do like a time-lapse video to really get the vibrancy of it. And I'm also writing another book where I thought it would be really cool to have, instead of sky pirates harvesting lightning, they harvest Aurora Borealis threads.
Oh, nice.
So so I really want to see it, get the real feel.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100% can agree with that. So you're 2 for 2. That's
Yeah.
good. Now, I'm just checking that this is the right order. Yes, it is. So I'm going to bring up a picture.
Jamie has a habit of skipping
Skipping
questions.
questions.
And I especially in like we do bonus questions as well now at the end, which are I mean I know we haven't sent them to you, but they're all author and write like reading related. But he always skips over the ones so he can get to do my favorite question of all
Yeah,
time. So
that's
Ah,
it's annoying.
it's never intentional. But yeah, okay.
Oh,
So I'm going to bring up a picture to get something in mind for you. So what is your Mount Rushmore of TV shows? So 4 shows that you're going to stick up there that have you think are the best or that you love the most. It's pretty much whatever you want to put up there, but there's only 4.
there's only 4. Oh, that's so tough. Um, I have to say Avatar: The Last Airbender has to go up there.
Mhm.
is
Um,
that the TV show or the anime?
and the
Okay.
animated one.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Good answer.
yes, got to do the old school one.
Yeah.
Um,
Nice.
I do have my girly side, so Gilmore Girls would
Mhm.
Yeah.
be the TV show. Um, there would be How to Train Your Dragon.
Okay,
The
I like
remake
that.
Yep.
actually was really good. I really
No,
enjoyed
yeah.
it.
I wanted to watch the remake. I have it downloaded ready to go, and it looked really good in the trailer. So now that you've said that it's good, I'm definitely going to get onto that because
Yeah,
I really like How to Train Your Dragon.
Mm.
I compared it to like when you read a book and you put it down and you're like kind of sad because you'll never get to experience it for the first time all over again. That's how
Yeah.
I felt with How to Train Your Dragon. It was like watching it for the first time
Wow.
all over again. It was so good. I loved it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to watch it then. Awesome. Thank you for that.
Mhm.
Yeah. And number 4, uh, probably the BBC version of Merlin.
All
Oh,
right.
yes,
Um,
Yeah.
that was so
yeah,
good.
I love that one. That one was really fun too.
Yeah, that was. I can't remember. Oh God, it was such a long time ago. But yeah, that was. I think I had the entire collection on DVD. I think it was like 5 seasons or something. It was
Yeah.
so good, so
Was
good.
was Sam Neill in that from memory?
No, that was
No,
the
that was
TV movie.
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But no, this was a series that
Yeah.
came out, I think, God, oh, a long, long time ago. I'm gonna Google it now, actually. But yeah, it was very well done. It felt okay. It came out in 2008 for 5 seasons. It
Wow.
was really, really well done. I absolutely loved it. It's got your traditional, it's got a lot of, the UK act, like the
Yeah.
English actors that were around at that time. But yeah, so good. If you haven't seen it, guys, definitely get onto it. It is old. I think it's on streaming. It might be on Disney or Prime or something, but it is such a good series.
Yeah. So you happy with those, Ryan?
Very happy with those. Very happy with those. I mean, we've got an anime. We've got or 2 animes technically for How You Train Your Dragon. We've got Merlin, and look, Gilmore Girls. I can get behind. I used to watch that with my family when I was little. So look, I can completely understand that as well. I didn't
Um,
quite get into it, but I mean, like you say, if it's one of your favorites, I can say for me personally, 3 out of 4 is pretty impressive.
yeah.
Awesome.
Gilmore Girls did give us Jared Padalecki
It did. It did. It gave it Jared Padalecki,
and
Sam from Supernatural.
Seth MacFarlane was in it too.
Yeah, it's true. We got Seth
So
MacFarlane. So
2 legendaries. So I'll allow it.
we'll allow it. Yes. Okay. The next one is one of my favorites. It's what is your zombie apocalypse plan?
Oh boy. Um, well, barricade the door for one. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Probably brush up on my martial arts and
Awesome.
hoard all my snacks. Uh,
Yep.
Make sure I have everything ready to go. lock myself up and hope they go away.
Yeah. Cause where are you suburban? Are you like I live in a little mountain town, so like what's your like you're not in the heart of a city, obviously, or so
Well, it's kind of a little suburbia outside of the main city. So
okay, cool.
yeah,
So
we've got a cluster of houses around us.
better than the city.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Because I think
Yeah, whereas I'm pretty much I'm like 5 minutes from a major Sydney city, Parramatta, so I'd be not very well done. But like at least I'm happy with that answer because I think the last three or last two people we had on said that they would just succumb, just go out and let the zombies eat them, and because they felt like they
yeah,
couldn't live
yeah,
in that world.
yeah.
So
I mean, we had someone on once who lived in LA, so
yeah.
Oh boy.
that's not where you want to live. You know?
That's
Yeah,
where it's gonna start, right?
yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I'd like it to start somewhere else out in the country for once, just a little, remote place. And then hop on a train to the city. Um, all right, question number 5. The last icebreaker question we have is now you do know Bill and Ted, don't you?
Yes, I do know
Yes,
Bill and
good.
Ted.
Because sometimes we have to check because there have
Yeah,
been
because
people that do not know
we're
that.
we're we're very old. Like I'm 43 and Jamie 41. Are
Yeah,
you?
41.
Yeah, 41. So, we have to realize that
We're
Bill
getting
and
old.
Ted came out a very long time ago, and there have been like one or two people who have gone, I've never heard of Bill and Ted before.
Yeah,
And
Oh well.
so we do have to ask that. Unfortunately, we're at the age where we do have to ask that question.
they're not fans of Keanu Reeves, my man.
Yeah.
So the question
Yeah.
the question is, Bill and Ted arrive outside your house in their phone booth time machine and say, "Whoa, dude, Rufus asks to give you a free ride in our phone booth time machine. Where do you go?"
Where
Um,
was your really good American accent there, Jamie?
You bagged it last time, so I stopped
I bag it every time, but that doesn't mean I don't want to hear
it.
oh, that's awesome.
Well, do you want to
Um,
hear it? Do you want to hear my bad accent, or like we'll give you some more thinking time?
yeah, go ahead.
All right, it's gonna be terrible now.
it. You can do it.
Well, dude, Rufus asked us to give you a free ride in our phone booth time machine. Where do you want to go?
Oh, that was pathetic. That was pathetic.
Do you want me to do Christopher Walken? Because you complained
No,
about that too.
don't. The Christopher Walken is even worse.
No. Anyway, where do you want to go?
Oh, where would I want to go? I think I would go to ancient Alexandria before the library burned down. Um,
Okay.
I'd probably go and copy all the scrolls and yeah, just have them all preserved.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So,
Now, would you take your mobile phone with one of those apps where you can actually like scan books in and scan like pages into your phone, or would you literally go and copy it like by writing it down?
As much as I would love to just write it down, I think it would be easier just to
Yeah.
snapshot.
do the phone stuff.
Yeah.
But you'd have to be a lot more careful with your phone because if someone sees you, they'll be like, "What is this contraption?"
Yeah.
And then you would have
Witchcraft and
to,
burn it anyway.
yeah, exactly. You might get burned at the stake. Because like
Yeah.
back then they were burning women left, right, and center. You make a really good lasagna, which burn her at the stake. So
Right?
you'd have to be very, very careful about that.
Mm,
Yeah. I'll be sneaky.
very, very
Yes.
sneaky. They had
No,
a
I
lot of
like that. I like that. I like. I would. It's definitely something. The information and the things that you would learn from just
yeah.
going there and reading the stuff in that library would be insane.
Yeah.
But then it was like kind of like a different language though. Back
Well,
then.
the phone has an app for that too.
Yeah.
You, you
Google
can
Translate.
Exactly. Google Translate.
I think we're the last generation that can read cursive. You know?
Yeah,
Oh
oh,
yeah.
pretty much.
Like
Pretty much, man.
yeah.
That I really hate to say that. that is true, because like
I
now I'm really starting to sound like an old man. I
no,
just
well,
wish people would go back to the way that it was.
half of it's my fault. I remember going learning cursive in primary school and then getting to high school, and then they say you have the choice. You can either write cursive or just print. And me being the laziest kid ever was like print. You know, you know.
Well, I don't know about you, CK, but were you old enough where you had to actually get your pen
Pen
license in
license.
school? So you had to perfect
Actually, yes.
writing in cursive.
Yeah.
Yes, had to write cursive. I'm actually 41, along with you guys. So
Woo!
yeah,
Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
right there.
Yeah, I remember that they made us learn when you learned cursive, you got your pen license and you were officially allowed to write in pen
Yeah.
at school. So
Yep.
I remember being so excited going home to my mum and go, guess what? I can write in pen. And I felt like if that someone said that to me today, it's like, yeah, you can always write in pen at home. There's no need for a pen license there.
Well,
But
here's a story for
Yeah.
you, Ryan.
okay.
Our mutual friend Chris, his writing was
Mhm.
so bad that they gave him a laptop.
Wow. I can see that. I can see that. Like he's so smart that he doesn't have to worry about how his quality of
Yeah.
writing.
Yeah. I reckon he probably did that intentional so he could get a laptop.
Yeah.
And that was back in the 90s, man, you know? So,
Wow. Yeah,
yeah.
because I think you could probably answer this better than me and Jamie, TK, because we don't have kids. But aren't aren't kids getting laptops in school now anyway?
Or
Yeah,
iPads.
yeah. All three of my boys have them. It's a pain.
Yeah.
It's really rough.
Insane. Imagine going to school and they go, "Here you go. Here's a laptop. Just don't lose it or break it." I'd be so paranoid.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I drop everything. I drop my phone. I don't know how my phone is not cracked. I drop my phone more than anything. But yeah, to have a laptop that I have to be responsible for that, back when I was young, it's like, wow, they're taking a big risk.
Yeah.
I think it's a pain because they give the kids the laptops and say you do your schoolwork on here, except they have access to YouTube and everything else. So it's like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
why would they be doing schoolwork if they can,
Yeah.
browse YouTube now? So
Yeah.
yeah,
You're giving them a distraction, you know?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's your distraction. Don't use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially when you're a kid, you tell someone not to do something, they're gonna do it. It's gonna make you
Oh
want to
yeah,
do it that much more.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Cool. Well, you passed the icebreakers. Now we get on to the good stuff, the fun stuff, um,
But
extra fun stuff. Um, so we have this question. Basically, we want to know how you got into writing and all that, but we call it the author origin story. So how did it start for you?
okay. Um, there's actually quite a bit involved in this. I lived in Germany for 7 years.
Okay.
So got thrown into German schools. German was my primary language. Um, and when I was 14, my parents moved back to the US and I got stuck into high school with German as my first language. Um, and I couldn't write. I couldn't write English at all. You'd ask me to write cat, I would write it with a K because that's how they do it in German.
Mm.
Um, so I had a friend who took me under her wing and we started writing stories back and forth in notebooks. So she would correct my English
Mm.
and help me with it. And we just start building our stories back and forth. Um, and then not long, it didn't take too long, I started noticing errors in her writing. So my English skills are really picking up really fast. Um,
Mhm.
and another thing is I totally missed Germany. We lived in this village that was surrounded by medieval walls. So I could just go walk out of this tower gate, everything, and cobblestone streets. It was just a fantasy land on its own. Um, and so I started writing stories about characters in these medieval villages, and yeah, that's how I actually started, and it turned into when I was about 17 or 18, I decided, you know what, I want to do this for real. So I really buckled down and tried to write my first actual book. Yeah. So that's kind of my writing journey in a nutshell.
That's awesome.
So with you know how you were talking about when you're in Germany and you know it looked like all these medieval worlds and stuff like that. Is that what you base the worlds on in your books? So you know how they say write what you know. Did you any of it's a fantasy world that you created in these books? Is that kind of based on where you grew up?
Absolutely. That's what the Phoenix Host is, the area or the world that I created was definitely based off of where I grew up.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent.
Awesome. How in depth do you go with that? Do you like map it out like exactly like you know how you play Spider-Man video game and it's just like New York to a T? Or, like do you map things out or do you just take elements from it?
Well, I did do it really in depth for me personally. I drew the map, I had everything
Mm.
out, but of course I cut out a whole bunch of stuff that's
Yeah.
not necessary in the book. So, don't want to do the info dump
Yeah.
stuff.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think people have said that when they read the book, they really get the feel for what it's like there. So yeah.
Well, seeing as you mentioned the magic word map, maybe we should ask. We haven't done it for a
I
while.
know the Andy
Maybe we
Cormac
should
question.
ask the Amy Cormac question. So I know what it is, but you explain it better. Why don't you ask C.K. Miller the Amy
The
Cormac
Andy Cormac
question?
question. So basically, this guy came on once. He's actually a really good friend. Um,
Yeah.
he started talking about how he doesn't like maps all that much, but that's what we kind of thought. And it's turns out that he likes maps, but he doesn't think they're always necessary. So, but either way, it's created this argument, this I don't know, just like the conversation all about maps. So there is a question called the Amy Cormac question. And we will ask you it now because it has this little intro music that I slot in. But the question is,
Okay.
maps in books, yay or nay?
Absolutely.
Yay.
I was one of those kids that whenever we got the National Geographic, I would pull the maps out
Oh
and
wow.
just pin them up on my walls. They like
Mm,
I had maps everywhere. I
yeah,
loved looking at the maps and
yeah,
the different names, the uniqueness of it all.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
yeah. So they are in
Awesome.
your books?
Yes, they are
Yeah,
in my books.
yeah.
Let's see if
Um,
I can.
oh, look at
Oh,
that.
it got all blurry. There it
Yeah,
is.
there you
Wow.
go.
Yeah, there it is.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Um, there you go, Amy. There you go. Because I know he's listening. Um, so how in depth do you get? Like, okay, I'll go a little bit more deeper. Do you use them to create your worlds, or do you kind of like write a story and then build the map kind of around the story? Like, how do you use them, I guess?
That is a good question. I think when I first started it, I had a little section that I knew where it was going to take
Yeah,
place in the village, and then I'm like, well, I need them to travel, and so the map would just kind of spread from there,
yeah.
and it just got bigger and bigger as the story unfolded.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, the map kind of developed as the book was being
Yeah,
written. Yeah.
that's cool. We had someone on once who just started designing maps, and that's how we got into writing because he just
Hmm.
he just really got into maps and he built this whole world and he went, "Oh, I'm going to write a story now in the in that." But I I kind of feel like I'm the same with writing as the story builds. Like you start, I mean, I start in a little town somewhere, and then as the story goes, the world kind of balloons with it, and that's something I resonate with.
Yeah.
It's cool. So why don't you tell us about your books essentially? Like, have you got one series, two series? How many series do you have?
Right now I've got one series,
Yep.
but it's 4 books.
Hmm.
It's called the Roanfire saga, the whole thing. Um, yeah, about it, like the main character, I wanted her to be a fighter. Like with my martial arts background, I wanted her to be able to do stuff.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So plugged her in as a little soldier trying to figure things out. Um, protecting the coast from pirates. Yeah. I am not very good at this, like explaining it in depth.
That's all right.
I know a lot of it was developed. My dad he's a geologist, and he gave me this agate necklace. And so, of course, it was a blue stone, but for some reason I turned it into a ruby that was cursed. And that kind of influenced the magical side of the book. And where all that came from.
That's cool. So what are some of your influences? Like maybe other books, movies, just places you draw inspiration that may have helped craft that story.
Oh, I was a Disney girl. So one was Mulan. I loved how she was like a fighter.
Yep.
There was The Princess Bride. Absolutely loved that one. Kind of drew from that. What else? There's also werewolves. I kind of like the werewolf idea. It was more like a Little Red Riding Hood thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think what else did I pull from? Yeah, a lot of it was just the knights and the castles from where I grew up. Just
Classic Disney.
So,
I can tell we're all the same age. You know?
Yeah.
Right?
When Disney was really, really good. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah. So, who were some of your inspirations growing up in terms of writers? So, who inspired you? Which authors did you enjoy reading when you were growing up?
My favorite at the time was Robin Hobb. She did the Assassin's Apprentice series, or wait, that's called the Farseer series, but the Assassin's Apprentice books. Those were the first ones that really, really drew me in. And recently I did read Aragon. That one was pretty cool. And I think those were the main ones that really, really pulled me in. I know there were a couple others, but I can't remember the titles anymore. It's been a while.
So how like so it's fantasy, correct? I can tell that it's fantasy. So like do you pull on some of the tropes? Do you ignore some of the tropes like dwarves, elves? Like what's the world like, I guess?
Yeah, I've completely ignored dwarves and elves. No dragons.
Cool.
I have this thing where I like to write as if it could have really happened. But there is a magic element to it, but the magic is a little more subtle.
Yeah.
I think the only really magical things is I've got a character who's part werewolf, and I have little sprites that they throughout the book they use the dust from the sprites for certain medicinal purposes. So yeah.
I love that. I absolutely love that because I like doing things differently. You know, like I don't think I'd ever write a book with a dragon in it because everybody has a book with a dragon in it. You know, I love dragons, but like I'd probably write a book with dinosaurs before I write a book with dragons. You know, it's just that's really cool.
I did one. I was doing just for fun with my friend who was doing the notebooks. We were writing a series about dragon hunters and posted it on, what was the platform called at the time? It was a new one. It was like before Facebook. You can how old we are. But it was just a place where you could share your work, share your art or your stories, and people could read it and comment on it. And there's this one guy who just completely, I don't know, it blew his head off the idea that even dragons could be killed, because he believed 100% that they were real. I don't know how many people actually believe that, but he was fighting me tooth and nail on this. This is the worst story ever written. And so ever since then, it was like, you know what? I'm not touching dragons with a 12-foot pole. You know, I'm done.
People are passionate, you know. You could do what? So there's this there used to be this podcast I listened to. They ended up they did Dungeons and Dragons campaigns for their podcast. They became really famous. They do like tours all over, and they've got comics and everything like that. And their dungeon master got they basically had a scene where there was a lift, an elevator in one of their scenes, and it was a fantasy based. And he got so much hate mail saying that there would not be elevators in a fantasy time that he created a whole scene that lasted for about 30, 40 minutes where the room was nothing but elevators. The enemies that they fought were elevators. There was a main character who was an elevator that would take them to different parts of the world. And he basically said on the podcast, I did this because so many of you sent hate mail saying that there was no elevators in Fantasyland. So you could go that way and just do nothing but dragons.
Yeah.
But
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
my
Find
way.
it match.
That's something I'd do. Yeah.
I would do
Nice.
that. If someone told me they hated something that I wrote, I'd be like, okay, here's more. You know, 'cause I hate
That's
like
great.
I hate people like that. They just like either look in the 99.9% or the 0.01% that dragons are real. Who cares? Like it's your interpretation of
Yeah.
a dragon. It's not everyone's interpretation of a dragon, you know? Like I hate
Yeah.
people that they just, you know, pardon my French, but they just try and shit on other people's ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just it's horrible.
We do have Komodo dragons, you know, so this, you know,
Exactly.
we do have bearded dragons. I get a lot of them around my place.
Yeah. There's all dragon ancestors, but just not actual dragon
Yeah.
dragons.
Well, bearded dragons are like this small. Yeah, tiny little things,
Yeah.
you know. Cool. So is there an end in mind for this series, or are you just gonna, you know?
Well, it's pretty much, well, the main story is already wrapped up.
Okay.
So there's not much
Okay.
more, but there are side characters where their stories haven't been completed. So I'll probably be doing spin-offs on those eventually. Yeah.
Yeah. Is the world that you've created, is it confined to like a continent? So is there room for other continents? Is there room for it to expand even more?
Well, no, not really.
No.
Everything's on the map.
Yep.
It's there. There is, yeah. They've got the Leviathan Isles, which is probably the furthest place,
Yeah.
but there will be a story involving those two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Let's move on to our favorite question that Ryan always has about the covers, because he loves covers. I'll bring them up for the world to see.
I do.
Because I really like these.
So I had to look at your covers before, obviously before we recorded. So these are the 4 books in the series. So how did you go about designing the covers? Was that something you did yourself, or did you outsource that to an artist and say, this is what I'm looking for, please do it? How did that all go about?
I am the artist. I did the covers myself. Yeah. That was part of how I grew up with writing. Whenever I get stuck, I would draw up the little scene and have that. So it was definitely a challenge. My first cover was not very good at all. Really struggled with the digital art at the time. I did most of it with a mouse. That was insane.
Wow.
Okay. Wow.
But yeah, I've got all the cool digital pens and tablets and stuff now that I can do this with. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay, because you can definitely tell that they're all part of one series, even by just, you know, even if you didn't have the down the bottom where it said book 2 of the Roanfire saga, you could tell by, you know, just the way that the characters are drawn. I think it's really, really good. I think, you know, to hear that you did that yourself, I think you're very, very talented in creating that, because I think they're quite good.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate
Very
that.
welcome. Because I grew up on like I do read a lot, especially lately. I do read a lot, but I grew up and I still do read comics. So I absolutely love, you know, I can read what's on the page and then just stare at the art for a few minutes, taking it all in. So I do like, I love seeing really good, well-designed covers. So yeah, I think they definitely, from what you described of the story, they definitely suit them to the T.
Oh, thank you.
Now, did you do these covers before the books were even finished writing? Like, because they're obviously characters within the books, I'm guessing.
um, no, not until they were actually finished. The first one with my main character on it, she was the one that I did first. And I did do that one as I was writing the series because I wanted to see the character a little bit more. The other ones I had sketches of them done, but I didn't officially draw them in this
Yeah.
way until the books were finished. Yeah.
Okay. And did you base any of your characters off any people that you know in real life?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say the Leviathan Prince guy is partially based off of my husband, and also Killick from Soul Calibur, the video game.
Yeah. Nice.
And the last guy, the blonde dude on Roanfire Reborn, was one of my high school friends. That just stuck with me forever. Yeah.
I was going to say he's Chris Hemsworth or one of the Hemsworths.
But no, I always find that, I always like to ask the writers that because, I think if I was a writer, and I know Jamie's done this, obviously his main character in his latest book is based off his niece, and his next book it's based off his nephew. So I always like to ask, people if they do it because I think it's good. It makes those characters that much more personable to know that, oh, okay, this is kind of based off a real person. So, it gives us a sense of getting to know you a little bit better while reading the books.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
Yeah, well, you draw inspiration from all places, I put out a note for my latest book, Who Wants to Be in It? And now I've got like 14 people in it. I'm just like dropping names here and there, Easter eggs, Yeah.
That's awesome. That's my latest book. I'm doing that too. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good way to collect names,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But then,
So
hopefully... Sorry, Ron.
Sorry, keep going, Joe.
No,
no, keep going.
I was just saying, like, hopefully they won't complain if you do them wrong or kill them or,
Well, that's like one of our friends, one of our friends who was initially a guest on here, Don Campbell. He writes horror, and I'm an absolute horror nut. I love all things horror, movies, TV shows, games, books, anything I can get my hands on. And I said to him, I would really love it if there's any chance that you could put me in your next book, but put me as a victim. I want to be murdered I want to be killed in a really, disgusting, grossed out way. I said that would be my absolute dream. So he said he's gonna try and do that for me. So yeah, I don't mind being in a book if I get killed off. It's like that's actually more appealing than anything else. So I like that. Speaking of you mentioned in your new book. So what are you actually working on at the moment?
Oh yeah. Right now I am working on a book. It's a sci-fi dystopian novel.
Ooh.
I wanted to do something with characters that do parkour, free running. So this kid is basically everyone in his free running competition world has these bracers where they can enhance their abilities, run harder, more stamina, strength. And he is the son of the guy who designed these bracers, but he is not allowed to have one. So he's trying to keep up with the big guys through this book. And speaking of things, I think if anybody from my local area reads it, they will know some areas that I talk about. Like there's an old broken down sugar mill here, and they have I have the guys free running in this old rundown sugar mill. So yeah.
Cool.
Now,
Yeah.
is that going to be a series or is that just like a one-off?
I think it's going to be a standalone. Yeah,
Okay. Awesome.
yeah. It might expand. I don't know. I haven't finished it yet.
Yeah.
Depending on how it ends, it might end up going further.
You'll know
Yeah.
when you get to the end because my last book I got to the end and I was going, this is going to be a standalone, and then no, it's not. It's a series.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. Cool. All right. What do you say we jump to the bonus stuff, Ryan? You ready for some bonus?
Yeah, definitely. I'm keen to jump into the bonus questions. Now, I am going to pick where we start because I want to ask my favorite question. So, give me 1 second. You can cut this out in post. I'm just bringing up the questions because I know the icebreakers off by heart, so I don't need to look at those. So the questions, okay, 1, 2, okay, 2, 4. Okay, I'm going second. You go first.
Okay, so CK has not had these questions heard before, unless she's listened to other episodes, then she's probably heard them. But they're all book related. Please feel free to expand or not. It's completely up to you. But the first question is, what is a book that you read in your early reading days that stuck with you?
I think does it have to be like a written book? Because like I used to love the Grimm's fairy tales,
Oh,
but
yeah.
they had to be illustrated. Like I loved
Okay.
the pictures that came with these old stories.
Yeah.
That was kind of it. And there was one that was a Little Mermaid book, and it was so unique. The art was so unique that it just drew me in. That was kind of like one thing I really remember. Yeah.
No, that counts. That counts. I
yeah,
got
I
I got another book called Dinotopia, and it's full of pictures, you know?
Ah,
I love that.
is that one based off of the series? Like there's a two-part movie
That's so the movies were based on the books.
based on the books. Okay.
The books came first. Yeah.
I gotcha.
And then Wentworth Miller did a series or a movie way back when.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's really bad. Like it's horribly bad. It did not age well. Yeah. And all the dinosaurs were British. They're like, "Oh, hello."
Great.
Awesome. Okay, second question is, let me again be prepared. If you could spend the day with any fictional character, who would it be and what would you do? Now, this could be from any medium, from video game, TV, books, movie, whoever it would be. Who would it be and what would you do?
Oh gosh. Okay, fictional character? Probably Merlin. We would have so many fun adventures. Yeah. Yeah, just have him conjure up some things. We'll go get into trouble. That'd be fun.
I like that. Yes, I can definitely get behind that.
Excellent. All right, this is my favorite question, and it comes with a picture, so you can really get the vibe of what we're asking here. So you're in a log cabin, and it's nice, warm. It's a very pleasant situation. Someone is going to walk in and read your favorite book to you. It can be anyone, living, dead. Who is going to come in and read your favorite book?
Who would I have? I don't know. It would probably be my friend from high school. He's just got this really powerful voice. He can do accents. He knows how to portray characters, and I think that's who I'd want to have read. Yeah.
And what book would it be?
What book? Yeah, what book would he be reading?
What book would it be? I think at this point, one of my favorite books right now is Project Hail Mary. That one was really, really good.
Cool.
Awesome.
That's great.
Okay.
It's the first time we've had someone that's like personal,
Yeah. Normally people just like, like I think we get a lot of Morgan Freemans. A lot of people. Yeah.
So yeah, I can see that.
All right. Question number 4 is what is a must-read indie book?
Ooh, a must-read indie book would be, which ones do I have up here? I know there was one that was really good. The Maiden Ship.
Okay. And
Yeah,
who's that by?
I'm in the middle of that one right now. It's by, oh, is it bad if I leave? Hold on.
No, it's all right.
No, go for it. Yeah.
All right. Micheline Rickman, or yeah, Rickman. So this one.
Cool. I think I've seen that
Yeah.
floating around somewhere. I've seen that cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just picked it up and it's actually really, really good. I've been impressed with it so far. Yeah.
Awesome. Excellent.
Awesome. I always ask for who writes it, just so if any of our listeners are like, oh, I really want to check that out.
Yeah.
Then they can, they've got the title and the writer, because sometimes, you type in a name of a book and about 25,000 different,
Oh,
books
yeah.
come up.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Question number 5 is if you could take any protagonist from one of your books and throw them into someone else's work, who would you pick and where would they go? You can throw them into movies, you can throw them into TV shows. So theoretically, you could spend the day with Spider-Man, like it's just one of your favorite characters you've written.
Okay. Oh man, that could be hilarious. Probably Rupert. He's the blonde guy
Mhm.
on the books. And I actually love the idea of sticking him with Spider-Man. That was a really good idea.
Awesome.
Because he's like my tank guy who uses the broadsword. He's always the cheerful, upbeat guy, and it would be, I don't know, it'd be kind of fun. I think it would be more like Thor with Spider-Man type of vibe, but yeah, that would be fun.
So would he be a Spider-Man villain, or would he be a team up, like working with Spider-Man?
I think it'd be a team up.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. No, I can get behind that. I love Spider-Man, so
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, me too. He's awesome.
I really need to go. Like I just a bit of background, TK. I was in the hospital for most of last year and in March of this year, and we moved at the same time because I'm in a wheelchair, so we needed a more more disabled friendly house. So we moved, and my wife did all the packing, and I'm like, make sure you don't pack any of my PS5 games, because I hadn't. I've got PS5. I don't own many physical games. And she's like, no, I bought them all. And I was like, awesome, because I just bought and finished Spider-Man 2 before I went into hospital. And I'm like, I really want to play that again. And we get back to the house. I get back to the house. I go through looking through all the games. She bought all of them except for Spider-Man 2, which is currently in storage.
Oh no.
And I can't access the storage locker because it's upstairs. So I'm still waiting for. I'm gonna, maybe next time I go out, I'm gonna get one of my support workers to go and grab it for me. But I was like, no, I really want, because I played the other Spider-Man game and Miles Morales multiple times, and I've only played Spider-Man 2 once, and it was such a good story. I'm like, I want to play that again. And I was like, God damn it, she packed the one game I wanted to play. I'm never going to let her forget that. But yeah, no, Spider-Man was my favorite. It was my favorite. First comic book I ever read was a Spider-Man comic book, and I still read them to this day on. It's a shame Peter Parker hasn't gotten any older, but I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. He's older in No Way Home.
Oh yeah, no, in the movies he is, but in the comics he always seems to stay the same age.
Yeah. You know what show I love, the absolute best Spider-Man series of all time in my book is the Ultimate Spider-Man, the cartoon. It was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's your favorite Spider-Man, CK?
Oh, Tom Holland has been, yeah. The very first one, I think, really resonated with me. I loved the teenage awkwardness.
Yeah.
And it's probably because my kids are that same age.
Yeah.
So it just like I really saw my boys in them. So it was cool. Yeah.
Okay, I love the Tom Holland Spider-Man too. I think they did right by not redoing the origin story again because we've seen it so many times already. It's like just throw him straight in. But yeah, I honestly think like Jamie. I know Jamie says Andrew Garfield, but I honestly think Tom Holland fits the the young Spider-Man perfectly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 100%. My thing is I feel like Andrew Garfield was robbed when they said they want Spider-Man in the MCU, and instead they just went recast. I'm going like, he would have made a really cool older Spider-Man, you know?
Yeah.
But
then we got No Way Home, and they all got their, Tobey
Yeah.
Maguire and Andrew Garfield got
Look,
their.
I don't hate any one of the Spider-Mans. I just prefer Andrew the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it probably comes down to the fact that I think he's the strongest actor out of all of them.
Oh, definitely.
Kinda like-
I'm not. Yeah, he's definitely a great actor.
Yeah. And he was in my town 10 years ago.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
They filmed Hacksaw Ridge 20 minutes from my house.
Oh, wow.
And,
That's cool.
I got to see them turn my town into 1940s America.
Wow.
And they brought in all these, opposite left-hand drive cars. And it was the middle of summer, and they brought their own autumn leaves because they wanted to make it look like autumn.
Oh man!
Just scattering autumn leaves through the.
That must have been so cool.
It was really funny because they filmed in the church where my sister got married, and the minister there got an email saying, "Well, some filmmakers want to come and look at one of the churches for a movie they're doing," and his head was, local uni students, whatever, and he walks into the church and he's like, "You're Mel Gibson." Mel Gibson standing, it's so funny, But
wow,
that was cool.
Wow, that's cool.
That's cool. But yeah. Anyway, Ryan, move on to the last question.
Yeah, this one's my favorite question. So basically, you're stranded on a desert island for the rest of your life. You can only take 3 books. What 3 books are you taking?
Oh dear.
Now we did set some rules. We set some rules for this one because people were just like taking complete advantage of it. They were cheating on it. Yeah. So look, basically, you can if you've got a book that has 2 stories, like I know they brought out some books. Yeah, Jamie's got one there.
Jurassic Park and Congo. So
yeah, it had 2 books under 1 cover. As long as they're under 1 cover, we can count that as 1 book. Yeah. But you can't say, "Oh, I'll take this trilogy and all that kind of thing."
You can't say, "I'll take the Jack Reacher complete set,"
Yeah, exactly. It has to be 3 books and
3
only
physical
3
books.
Okay. Well, I have one that has a collection of all the Grimm's fairy tales.
Cool.
So
okay, yeah.
That would
as long as it's all under 1 cover. As long as it's all under one cover. Yeah. Perfect.
Let's see. What else would I do? Ooh, that is tough. Probably. I'm torn between The Hobbit and the first book of Robin Hobb's Assassin's Apprentice series.
Mm-hmm.
To maybe The Hobbit. I'll do The Hobbit. And I got one more?
Yep.
I would have to do that Little Mermaid book that I had talked about before with the really unique art. I have to have the beautiful artwork. Need to see that too.
And you'll be by the ocean too. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, yeah, she might come out of the ocean. You might be able to get her autograph or something. But I like to think, like a lot of people say, "Oh, there's this 3-book series. I'll take the first book of this series." I would hate to do that because then you get to the end of it and you're never going to read the next book in the series.
Yeah.
So you may as well take something that has an ending to it.
Or you could just create the rest of it in your head.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I suppose so. I'm not that creative. I don't know if I could do that or not. I'm good at, when I read, I can put myself in that world. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I would definitely pick, something that had been completed, like a one and done, so I know, okay, I'm gonna get the answers that I need.
Well,
Yeah.
I kind of agree though. You can rewrite the ending if you want. You can do that. There's an old show, one of my all-time favorites. It's never on DVD or any streaming service. It's called Ed, and it had Tom Cavanagh. It had um the mother from Modern Family. I can't remember.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, Julie Clark or something, I think
Yeah,
her
yeah.
name is.
And there was an episode where, growing up, the father rewrote Charlotte's Web. The ending to Charlotte's Web.
Oh,
And then so she grew up, she's a full-grown adult, and she didn't realize that the real ending of Charlotte's Web,
oh dear.
you know?
Oh
And
no.
she goes, no, I swear it doesn't end like that. And she picks up the book and it's like full published, but he rewrote the ending, So
Oh
it had a happy
wow.
ending,
Oh, oh.
That's,
Oh man.
you can theoretically get away with doing that now these days because you got all these print on demand places. You don't have to sell it. You won't get in trouble. It's just for you. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I still wouldn't do it though. Maybe, I don't know. Well, thank you so much for joining us. It has been a blast.
Thank you so much. It's been fun. Yes, very much. Thank you. Good questions.
Yes. We're pretty good at coming up with some unique stuff. We like to be original.
Yeah.
So yeah, feel free to reach out when your dystopian one's coming out. We always like getting people back on and hitting them with new questions.
Nice. I'm excited for this one. Yeah.
Yeah. So how we usually end the show is giving you the floor. If there's anything you want to plug, if you want to tell people where they can buy your books, follow you, stalk you on social media, the floor is yours.
Okay. Well, you can find me. I've got my website, ckmillerbooks.com. It's currently under construction, but hopefully it'll be up and running soon. Instagram, CK Miller Books, and Facebook. I'm on TikTok as well, but not as active. I'm trying to, but yeah. And the books are found on Amazon right now. Yeah.
And
Excellent.
they definitely are on Kindle Unlimited because I picked up the first one. So yeah, they're on Kindle Unlimited. So I honestly think because of the amount of books I read, Kindle Unlimited is a brilliant thing. It's just like Netflix, but for books.
Exactly.
I absolutely love it. I've read so many amazing books on Kindle Unlimited. So I'm really glad that you put your book there as well.
Awesome.
Cool. Well, thank you guys for watching. If you want to reach out, thetrueandthefictional@gmail.com. Check out all our socials down below, Instagram, X, all the fun stuff. And yeah, if you want to be on the show, feel free to reach out. We're doubling how many episodes we do now a week, so we will catch up and get through this massive list we have. But be patient, still reach out because we're here to support you indie authors. And we'll catch you next time.
See you next time.